Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Hey now. Welcome to hour number 2 of the line. Honestly, at the end of the day, between the two Supreme Court rulings, the trans athletes thing, yeah, that's good. But sports is really not going to dictate whether or not our republic is destroyed from the outside world. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I like to protect women's sports and keep the trannies out of female sports, biological female sports. Give the trans their own league and have a trans league and just make it a whole national thing. And it's just, it can be like men's sports, just they wear dresses. But that is a far cry from the importance of birthright citizenship. It's crazy. It's so crazy to me. And it's almost as if these people are, I don't know, bought and paid for. Or at least their worldview is skewed based on their personal experiences. And that's the problem. That's the way a lot of people, especially those on the left, view the founding of this country, the Constitution, the laws of the land. They all decide what's right and wrong based on their own life experiences. And I don't discount anybody's life experiences. Everybody's got different experiences. Some people's experiences are worse than others. Some are better than others. I get that. But your experiences should not dictate your view on the Constitution. It shouldn't change the Constitution. Doesn't Amy Coney Barrett have children, adopted children? And I'm not going after kids here, but doesn't she have adopted children? And aren't those children? I legitimately don't know the answer to this question. Are those children from outside the country? Like, did she adopt children from a different country? Let's ask AI. Let's do that. I'll find the answer to that right quick, real fast, in a hurry. Does Amy Coney Barrett have adopted children, and are they from another country? I feel like one of the recent Supreme Court justices do. Maybe is it Kavanaugh? It's not Kavanaugh, is it? Is it Coney Barrett? Yes, Amy Coney Barrett has 2 adopted children. Both are from Haiti. Boom. Okay. You see, this is my point. People's personal experiences. Amy Coney Barrett ruled that people outside of the United States can just simply be born within our borders and automatically have citizenship. And she's got 2 adopted children from Haiti. Do you think that plays into it?
I don't know, but I really hated this. It was good, and you know it.
You really hate this decision?
I'm sorry. I'll turn my mic.
And listen, maybe I'm totally off base here. Maybe it's just innocent, and this is the way that Amy Coney Barrett translates the Constitution. But my gut tells me that her life experiences have formed her views on the Constitution. The problem is your life experiences don't change the core meanings of the Constitution. And apparently, Amy Coney Barrett doesn't get that. Apparently, she doesn't. Richard the cop's on the line. Richard, what's up?
If they start one of those tranny sports leagues, Mayor Woodfin can coach the Birmingham team. It can be called the Birmingham Butt Plugs.
Hey now, how about that?
He is a lying piece of garbage. I am so glad I don't pay tax money into Birmingham, that I live outside the city limits, because he sat there and told a Channel 6 reporter in an interview that they had not given out $3.5 billion over 30 years to this data centers coming in and tax breaks. And within a couple of days, I think the company may have come out and said that, yeah, they did get those kind of breaks. Well, then he turns around and says, oh, no, the commission we appointed to do that, or they appointed to do that, did that. I didn't do that. I have no voting ability in that. Well, the city council approved the commission, and they ain't nothing the city council don't do the mayor's not involved in.
Yeah.
Stick your hand up somebody else's butt, Randall Woodfin, and dance them like a puppet. Don't dance with people that know what goes on. Roll Tide.
Yeah, Randall Woodfin's a little light in the loafers anyway. So I think he could coach that softball team. The Birmingham BPs. Come on, we all know he's gay.
Allegedly.
We all allegedly.
You need to put that in there.
We all know he's allegedly gay. Yeah, so there was also that incident where he was approached by a local reporter, and the local reporter was asking him about the crime and the murder that's been happening in the city as of late. And he gave him some stupid answer. I don't even remember what it was. And then he said, well, I'm specifically asking about this. And Randall Woodfin just stared at him. And he says, I'm not talking to you. I'm not giving you an answer. And he said, he told this reporter, he says, I'm never going to talk to you again. Don't even attempt to come ask me any questions. I'm like, what kind of mayor is that? Is he on his period? What's wrong with him? I've told you guys for a long time, Randall Woodfin has much bigger aspirations than Birmingham. He's looking to get into national politics. And based on, the current state of the Democrat Party, he kind of fits the mold, allows killing in his city, takes no responsibility for it. He's black. He's allegedly gay. Like, come on, you got all these things in one person. Of course, he's going to have to lean a little harder into socialism if he wants to be a part of this new Democrat Party. But if he can do that, if he can announce himself as a full-blown socialist, he'll be good to go. He'll be right up in the cut. Right up in there, Coles. Got a text in from Philip. This goes back to the Scholar Craft thing we were talking about over in Tarrant, the warehouse where they make school furniture.
Yeah.
And ICE is raiding that place. He said, my wife works there, just called her, and she said she saw the unmarked cars and heard the choppers. He says that they use 2 or 3 different temp services. He says, I guess the temp services are going to be hiring soon. So it sounds like the temp services, if y'all know how that works, they may have possibly been hiring illegals, which I could see that in the sense of they probably don't have enough people to fill their slots, and so they're willing to take anybody. A temp service is basically a place you go where you can automatically get hired for labor jobs, and they will contract themselves out to a particular company, and that temp service will be the one to pay you, not the company you're working for. You're like an independent contractor, and the temp service just finds you the jobs. So they'll send you out to this place, and you'll work for a week or a month or 6 months or whatever, and the company will pay the temp service, and then the temp service will turn around and pay you. And the reason the companies want to do that is because they will, I mean, there's probably several reasons, but one, they don't have to provide you health insurance or any of the normal benefits they would have to offer employees. That would be all on the temp service, which the temp service is not offering you health insurance and all that kind of stuff. It's just for people that are down on their luck, maybe people that, who knows, just got out of prison or whatever, that just need some work. You can go through a temp service and they'll find the work for you. And it sounds like they've been hiring some amigos to go to these different warehouses, and in this case, in particular, make school furniture. So, underlay. But hey, they're out there working hard. Props to them. But something tells me ICE wouldn't be out there if they wasn't looking for a bad hombre that was working for that temp service. I guarantee you that's the case. They've probably got somebody out there that's on one of their most wanted lists, or somebody they know has committed crime since being in the country, or maybe even wanted in their own country, that they're looking to hem up. And hey, if there's any other illegals there, you can get hemmed up too, cools. That's the way it goes. And guess what? Here's the thing. People in this country illegally understand that. And it's been that way throughout the years, through the Obama administration, through the Bush administration, through the Clinton administration. Like, throughout all of these years, people that come into this country illegally come into the country knowing that there's a risk of deportation. And so they get it. If they get caught and sent back, like, they knew, hey, there was a chance this was going to happen. The only difference between then and now is the fact that angry white liberal women are out here pitching a fit over it all of a sudden. But hey, if you're out in Tarrant, good luck to you, my friend. Adios, amigo. 205-545-9950. Let's keep it going. Got some other stuff to throw at you and your phone calls. 545-9950 right here on the line. You got to sing along to that part. That's your boy Cody Rhodes' theme music. And
I know, that's my boy.
And that's when they do that part, the whole crowd goes, "Whoa!"
Cody, man.
It's funny because they've been overseas, and I actually forgot to watch it last night, but they've been overseas for weeks now. And as they go to, Saudi Arabia and the UK and all these other places, especially the countries that don't speak English, when these wrestlers come out, the people at those shows who don't speak English will sing the words to every one of those theme songs. Like the whole crowd is just singing along, and it's pretty cool to see. Oh, but I hate the fact that they go overseas because that means the shows like Monday Night Raw, which has always been, as you know, John Berg comes on like 7 o'clock on Mondays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were over in, Deutschland or something yesterday, and Raw started at 1 p.m. yesterday. It's like nobody over here can watch it at 1 p.m.
And nobody's going to watch it.
And you can go back and watch it whenever you want to. Obviously, it's on Netflix, but it's just I just don't like the fact because they had a pay-per-view over the weekend too, where it started at 1 p.m. and I'm like, dude, I don't want to watch that. I want to watch that at night. I don't want to watch it in the middle of a Saturday. But that's the way they do it. And by the way, they pandered to the Muslims on this last pay-per-view. So what they did, John Bird, is they went so it was a triple threat match. Your boy Cody Rhodes had the title. It was him, it was Gunther, and it was Sami Zayn. Now, Sami Zayn's like a Canadian redheaded guy who converted to Islam like a few years ago.
Oh, brother!
And listen, it's not like a work or wrestling gimmick. It's like real life. He converted to Islam. And he's a guy that's never like a main card guy. Like he doesn't win the belt and all this kind of stuff. He's just kind of a middle card cheesy guy. Well, because the show was in Saudi Arabia, they had him win the match. And now he's like the main champion.
Oh, that's...
I was like, dude, y'all are just pandering to that particular crowd.
That's exactly what they're doing. And he'll lose next week.
He might have lost last night, for all I know. I figured it would be a short title run, because usually they like for years to just keep Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns as the two main champions. It's kind of annoying, actually. It gets old. All right, 205-545-9950. Is this Blacksmith? Is that the name, John Bird? Blacksmith in Birmingham. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, I was just listening to the radio station, man. Y'all was talking about that place was getting raided and tearing over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I deliver over there all the time. I'm a truck driver, man, and they've been having those illegals over there for years. And I know they hire illegals. I know and I deal with them almost every other day. So that is true. That is true. And it's good that Birmingham doing what they're supposed to do, raiding these places, because there's a lot more of them like that.
Yeah. Well, and it's taking jobs away from, citizens, Birmingham citizens that could be filling those jobs. And, I mean, there's going to be some openings in case anybody's out there looking for some work.
Yeah, that's great. And I know a lot of people that's looking for work can't get a job because of the people taking the jobs, and we can't even get jobs these days. But I just want to touch base with you on that. You're 100% right. They are out there illegally.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate the phone call, man.
Thanks for taking my call.
All right. Yeah, so there's more confirmation on that that's happening. And there's probably plenty of places, especially these big warehouses, these manufacturing warehouses that, I obviously don't know for sure, but traditionally you've kind of seen that happening. And so, again, maybe some of the people that are going to get hemmed up in this today, probably good, well-intentioned, hardworking people, but they know the game. It's just like whatever your crime is, if you're committing a crime, even if you're just simply speeding down the highway going 90 miles an hour on the interstate. As you're going 90, you know that you could possibly get pulled over and get a ticket, right? You're not going 90 thinking that, it's perfectly fine. Nothing's going to happen to me. Everybody knows if you're breaking the law, there's a chance. And you have weighed that out in your mind. You thought to yourself, well, this is worth the risk, so I'm going to do it. So you take the risk. Sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't.
But if you do it long enough, chances are you're going to get caught at some point.
That
whether
is
you're
true.
speeding or whether you're here illegally.
That is true as well. No doubt about it. Hey, Deep South Construction Pros, can I tell you about them real quick? These are guys that deal with basement waterproofing, crawl space encapsulation, and your good old-fashioned foundation repair. Everybody that is a homeowner has to deal with this. And I'm talking not just, maybe you're not just, you own your own home. Maybe you've got rental properties or whatever. And this kind of stuff's got to be taken care of. It's not something you can just kind of push off and push off and push off, which a lot of people do. It's something that you got to fix quickly. Otherwise, you've got a much bigger problem than you may be even able to handle. That is moisture getting in your crawl space. And it's easy to identify this stuff. One, you can identify it by the smell, that moldy, musty smell. The smell of moisture. You know what it smells like when it rains, kind of thing, but worse. You can see the dampness on the walls of your basement. You can also notice maybe even water pooling up around around the side of your home, maybe under your gutters, which is an irrigation problem, which could create that water seepage into your crawl space, into your basement. And so these guys are willing to help you out and get that taken care of where you don't have to worry about that anymore. So call them up, ask them all the questions you got, ask them what the process is, pricing, anything. They got it all for you, as well as the foundation repair. If you're noticing things like cracks in your bricks, walls and floors separating, if doors and windows are not opening and shutting like they used to, all signs of foundation issues need to be taken care of as soon as possible, and get them taken care of by the best of the best. That's my friends over at Deep South Construction Pros right here in Alabama. Proud to be here in Alabama, serving their neighbors and their communities. 256. It's a 256 number. 256 305 1854. That is 256 305 1854 and online deepsouthconstructionpros.com. Deepsouthconstructionpros.com. When you talk to them, make sure you tell them your boy Andrew Mclain sent ya. That would be me. If you want to get in on the show, you know the drill. Bottom of the hour, 205 545 9950 545 9950, and on the Talk 99.5 app. Look it up, cuzzy. Back after this. It is hot as balls in here today. How's it on that side over there?
It's as hot as the inside of a scrotum.
What?
Yep, it's even hotter.
What would I'm not even gonna ask.
Well, the body temperature will be much warmer in there, inside versus outside.
Yeah. Real quick, response from Donald Trump. This just dropped in 5 or 10 minutes ago. He says the Supreme Court upheld birthright citizenship, which is too bad for our country, but we can easily make it up in Congress through legislation with the support of the president that has now been determined during this process. No long and unwieldy constitutional amendment is necessary. Congress should start today to work on ending expensive and unfair to our country birthright citizenship. They will have my complete and total support. So there he is, pushing Congress to get her done, saying, "Hey, we don't have we don't have to have the Supreme Court. We can do it on our own." Now, has Congress got the balls to do it? Probably not. But at least hold the vote. And let's see which Republicans vote against banning birthright citizenship. Boomer's on the line. Boomer, what's up?
Well, to answer your question, no, because they can't even pass the Save America Act. So no, they ain't got the gonads. But I got a question for you, bro.
All right.
What is this, Ice Spotter? Didn't we just slam the libs for reporting ice raids locations about 6 months ago?
What do you mean?
Well, like 6 months ago, you remember out there in L.A. when they were doing the ice raids, they were calling the radio stations, and the radio stations were saying where the locations were so all the libtards could go out there and protest.
Yeah, they were spotting ice on the street before they would be doing raids and trying to warn people before they got there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, hey, do me a favor. Let's let them do their raids, and then we'll report on it the next day.
Well, I mean, it's not like we're mentioning it. It's not. I mean, they're doing the raid. I mean, it was already well in progress. It was probably like an hour before we even said anything after they had started the raid. So it's not really. Plus, all the media was out there reporting on it anyway. So.
Okay.
You know, we're not.
Well,
I don't think we're affecting or hindering their job by talking about a raid that's already actively happening.
Okay,
But that's just my opinion. You know, I mean, we can agree to
but,
disagree.
You know, I was just thinking. You know, we were sitting there slamming them for doing pretty much the same thing that we were doing, and it was like, wait a minute, but that's okay. You know, I still love your show.
Well, we love you, Boomer. It's okay.
We'll talk at you later, bud.
All right, buddy. We'll see you. Yeah, I think those are two different things. I mean, what they were doing, it's not just out in California. I mean, they do it here. There's a page that I follow on Facebook. I don't remember the name of it, but they basically post where they're seeing ICE vehicles. And the purpose of that is to say, hey, ICE is in town. They're over here. They're basically looking for staging areas, which would be an indicator of, hey, they're about to raid some place near here, or they're looking for somebody in this area. So if you are an illegal in this area, enact your safety plan or whatever. They're trying to tip them off before the raids, but you know, we're just reporting on the news when a raid happens. I mean, and to say that, you know, you're letting people know that ICE is in town. I mean, they're always in town. I mean, they're always in Birmingham. They're always in major cities. So they're going to be. It's just a matter of how long it is before they get ya. But again, that's okay. We love Boomer. It's okay to disagree. Agree to disagree, if you will. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Ain't that right, John Bird?
Yep.
You know the movie Lilo and Stitch, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know the movie The Ring.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know Davy Chase? It's a female actress. I don't know what role she played in The Ring, but she was the voice of Lilo in Lilo and Stitch.
Okay.
She is dead at 35, and the official cause of death is revealed to be AIDS. Like she had not the AIDS that you had when you were a kid, which was candy your mom gave you. But she died of AIDS at the age of 35, which is pretty wild. Okay, it looks like in The Ring, she was her character wears white and she's got this long black hair.
Oh, so she was the one that crawled out of the TV.
Yeah, maybe.
The well in the TV.
Yeah, so that was her. Former child actress and voice actress Davy Chase died earlier this month at 35. The LA County Coroner's Office has officially ruled the cause of death as acquired immunodeficiency syndrome with chronic polysubstance use listed as a secondary cause. She also went by the name Davy Schwalier, died while homeless in Los Angeles despite having millions of dollars in unclaimed residuals.
Got to be some mental issues there.
It says Chase was just 8 years old when she landed the voice of Lilo and signed a deal that gave her a cut of merchandise sales, residuals, theme park attractions, and other products using her voice rather than a one-time payment. John Ryan, who managed Chase for more than a decade, continued to receive SAG-AFTRA notices to his office reporting she had unclaimed residual checks. Ryan told the New York Post there was millions of dollars in unclaimed money. Chase was, quote, too far gone, he says, allegedly hooked on heroin and fentanyl to collect the money despite Ryan's attempts to get in touch with Chase over the years. I mean, you tried to get in touch with her over the years? I mean, TMZ probably could have told you where she was at if she was homeless in L.A.
Yeah.
It's kind of fishy that you tried.
Yeah, I'm sure the AIDS is
her.
from needles.
Yeah, probably so. Or God forbid, you know what these child actors go through.
Yeah.
It could have been another way. And, you know, drug use, especially to that extent, it gets kicked off because of some trauma that a person's experienced, especially in their younger years. As a child, you see a lot of people who have childhood traumas that ultimately find themselves in active addiction. And when it comes to Hollywood and the weird stuff that happens to children in Hollywood, you can't help but wonder if that's what's going on here. Ryan added that it's usually next of kin who can collect residuals after someone has died, which would put Chase's father in a position to get the money. I bet you the father will be able to you'll be able to get a hold of the father real quick. He'll probably jump right in there and be like, oh. But my question is, how could a father let his 35-year-old daughter live on the street, especially when she's got access to that kind of money and thus that many resources? Initial reports from her boyfriend, Roy Hernandez, indicated she passed away following complications from bacterial meningitis and sepsis stemming from a severe blood infection. The coroner's official findings were released on Monday. Chase rose to prominence as a child performer in the early 2000s. She voiced the lead character in Lilo and Stitch, and the animated version, as well as in follow-ups, including Stitch, the movie, Lilo and Stitch, the series on the Disney Channel, and Leroy and Stitch. Boy, was there that many Lilo and Stitches?
I guess there were.
She also played the terrifying Samara Morgan in The Ring and appeared in Donnie Darko and its sequel, S. Darko. She also played Rhonda Vollmer on HBO's Big Love.
Wow, the Donnie Darko. That's a dark movie.
And here is the kicker. In 2003, Sean Diddy Combs creepily invited her to his after party after presenting her with an MTV Movie Award when she was just 12 years old, a move that has raised eyebrows across social media.
There you go.
It says resurfaced video shows Diddy touching and kissing 12-year-old Davy Chase on the cheek before inviting her to a 2003 MTV after party. Diddy is accused of raping children as young as 13 in new lawsuits. Diddy was teamed up at the event with Ashton Kutcher as they announced Chase as the winner of the Best Villain Award for her role in The Ring. Diddy was seen touching and kissing her on the cheek before inviting her to the after party. The rapper was recently accused of raping a 13-year-old girl while two celebrities watched at a VMA after party in New York City in 2000, 3 years before that video. Oh, I remember that particular video, too. I remember that MTV Movie Awards because she gets up there and she's very charismatic and she gives this speech. And at the end of her speech, she does that creepy line from The Ring. She's like, you know, or whatever. And the crowd cheers. That's sad, man. That's so sad. Anyway, that's just a side note. We got a lot of other stuff going on, so let's keep going. Daniel's in Birmingham. Daniel, what's up?
What's going on, Andrew? Hey, man, it's called baby oil for a reason to all the Diddy fans.
Yeah, he definitely took that seriously.
Yeah, he 100% did. Look, there's actually more to that article. I don't know if you got to it. That talks about the boyfriend starting up a GoFundMe page, and the manager was putting out there across all the social medias not to donate to the GoFundMe. There's plenty of money in her estate and everything else. So
yeah,
the manager and the dad's already planning on collecting all that.
It says her boyfriend, Roy Hernandez, wrote in a GoFundMe campaign launched around the time of her hospitalization. Quote, after a difficult childhood and a painful falling out with her family, Davy was bullied and struggled to find safety and happiness in downtown L.A. When we met, I promised to protect her and give her the love and comfort she deserved. Together, we found moments of happiness and hope. Okay, well, that's just what he put in the GoFundMe. But yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all.
I'm pretty sure he was the source of the needles going into her arm and everything else. But
right.
It is what it is. That's what the dad said. The dad's come out and more or less talking about this guy as a piece of crap. But anyhow. But yeah, there was more to that story, and yeah, it's a shame. But at the end of the day, it's not like this just started. I don't know how she got introduced to that mess, but she was doing multiple drugs, not just heroin. It was multiple drugs that she was doing. Got AIDS, I'm guessing, from dirty needles.
Yeah.
But man, that's terrible. That's
very
terrible.
sad story. Very.
All
sad.
right, brother. We'll holler at you later.
All right, buddy. There's Daniel. Yeah, man, it's kind of a side story. You know, I'm not really up on my celebrity news all that much, but it's I don't know, man. You hate to see it, and I can't imagine knowing what we know when it comes to the relationship between Hollywood and child actors. A loving parent being willing to put their kid into that, put their child into that world. It's just too much, you know? But there's parents out there like that. They have stars in their eyes. They, you know, there are parents out there that look at their children as a gravy train. As sad as that is, you know, they may still feel like they love their child. They want the best for their child. But in the back of their mind, for some, they're thinking, oh, man, if I can get my child to be successful, I'll be set. Just look at, you know, what is the toddler and tiara stuff? You know, you even see it.
Oh, that's disgusting, that show.
You even see it in high school sports to an extent. Like, so I think sports are fantastic for all kids. It helps build so many great traits and characteristics as far as team building and respect and hard work and teaching about authority and all of these different things. But there are parents out there that push their kids in a way of you got to go D1, you got to get in the NFL or the NBA because you are going to be our money train. Instead of saying, what does my kid want to do? What is he passionate about? And pushing that child to do his or her best at that particular thing. So what I did with mine. It'd be great if mine was playing football or basketball, but he wasn't that athletic. And especially he really loved basketball, but he was always put on teams with kids that were so good that he barely got any playing time, you know?
Yeah.
And, it made when he would hit a three, it would make it that much more special because he got such a little playing time. I'll never forget one he hit, and he did this. He just went all out. The crowd went wild, But he did this little dance after he hit that three, and it was just the funniest. He just acted like he had been there before. But, it just wasn't for him. And I always preach to him. I'm like, dude, whatever it may be, you're not going to be good at everything, but find what you're good at and what you're passionate about. I said, because inside of you, God put a talent. You just got to figure out what that talent is, and you got to take advantage of it. And it turned out, believe it or not, it was music, and it was the drums. And he's passionate about it, and he's learned so much in such a short amount of time. And I said, just grab that bad boy by the horns and take off, dude.
I know what it was I watched last night, thanks to you.
Oh, yeah?
It was called Whiplash.
He loves that movie.
He has seen it? Okay,
Yes.
I was going to say you've got to see it.
Oh, he's got a poster of that movie in his room.
Oh, man.
Yeah. He loves that movie.
I like that. Yeah, he's going places, man.
Yeah, it was good. But push your kids to do what you can tell they love to do. And, coach them to be successful in what they want to be instead of what you want them to be. And I think that's the problem for so many. I mean, there's many people today that are paying off student loans because their parents push them into going to college, and they pick something just to pick something as far as a major or, whatever. It was just kind of, hey, you got to go to college, So you pick something, and now they're not even doing what they went to school for, but they're sure as hell paying on the student loans. And it's like, what good did that do you? Find out what your kid's passionate about. For those of you that have younger kids, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17, especially once you get into those later teenage years, man, it's so vitally important. Anyway, enough life lessons from me. 205-545-9950. When I get back on the other side, I want to talk about John Bird's home state of North Carolina, where inmates took over a North Carolina jail and took hostages yesterday. Wild stuff when we get back. Remind me who this is.
A day to remember.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because it's like, disrespect your surroundings. That's the best part of that song. And then it gets soft. I like it. I like it.
And then the voice gets nice and smooth.
Yep.
I guess you got a nice smooth guy that sings, and then a guy.
I got quite the taste in music, don't I?
You do. You have a very, very, very eclectic, wide taste.
Eclectic?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a medical issue.
No, it means it's unusual sometimes. You don't expect it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good thing.
Yes.
You know, because I know you're a big fan of Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
And the Smiths?
Mm-mm.
Really?
No, I mean, I think I've heard the name before, but I don't know what that is.
That's interesting.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood?
Yeah, I've heard you're real big fans of especially that hit song they had.
Which was?
Relax.
Relax, don't do it when you want to go do it.
Yeah.
Is that the song?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Play it.
Are you sure you want to play it?
Play Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Relax. That's not that song. That's Relax, don't do it.
Okay, here it comes. No pun intended.
So it is that song? Anytime now. Okay. All right, it is. That's Frankie Goes to Hollywood? Okay. Is that the actual lyrics? I can't hear you.
Yes, very gay-like.
Very gay-like?
Yes.
Oh, so that's about homosexuality. That song?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, you want to read you the lyrics? Is
Yeah.
Angry Shakespeare?
Read it. Yes. Oh, that's what we could do with Angry Shakespeare. If we put it back on the wheel of segments, we can just get you to do song lyrics and have people suggest like what song you do.
Yes, here we go. Here's a little bit right here. Relax, don't do it. When you want to go to it, relax, don't do it.
Use the medical term.
When you want to ejaculate. But shoot in the right direction. We're making it your intention. Live those dreams. Scheme those schemes. Got to hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me with those laser beams. Ow. 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 Laser beam me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax.
Okay. That's enough.
Yeah, so I think that pretty much lets you know.
Yeah, can we do that? Can we because we were doing that for a while on the podcast. Just do make Angry Shakespeare just song lyrics.
Yeah, if we got some dumb enough songs.
All right. Well, if we can get the audience to put some in the hopper, then we can just pull from the hopper when the wheel lands
Good
on
idea.
that and go from there. I like it.